Hello my friends and welcome back to Meerkat Musings. I'm your host Ben, aka Daftermoan, and I'm doing another one of my prompt posts today, my Meerkat prompts. The question is, what would be your dream job? Now, there are often some answers which come up with this sort of thing, and there were certainly a few ideas I had around this question as a kid, which, since becoming an adult in the working world, I've realised these options would actually not be that glamorous or that good. But as an adult, I pretty much know what I would regard as my dream job in this day and age. But just to rewind, so as a kid, what did I fancy as a dream job? Well, one of them was to be a train driver, and a part of me will confess I have wondered as an adult what that would be like. I don't tend to trust my situational awareness enough to be a train driver, and I don't think that I, to be honest, would handle all the information coming at me from the train's controls either. So I don't think it would be a very good fit for me based upon my skill sets. But there was a part of me, and there is a part of me, that thinks it would be a lovely experience to get to drive a train and to do that for a living. I follow a few people on social media who drive trains, different types of trains in different situations. So, of course, they have, I dare say, slightly different experiences. But in all cases, it does look quite fun. Although it can also, I guess it can look and feel like you have some very long days when you do this, particularly depending on the length of the journey. And there might be occasions where you wind up pretty far from home, actually, when you think about it. I mean, if you're doing an express run, if you live, as I do, in Essex, but your journey takes you, you're driving on a train which takes you all the way up to, say, Scotland, you might not actually make it home that night. So, it isn't necessarily all it's cracked up to be, although I think it still looks like a fun job. So, I had that in mind as one childhood ambition. Another one, which I thought looked good at the time, but I have since learned is actually nowhere near as glamorous as it seems, would be, video game tester. But far from simply getting lots of brand new games for free to play through, my understanding is it's the sort of thing where you have to meticulously play the same section of the same level over and over and over again, testing it for bugs and issues. And then you move on to the next section and do the same thing. So it's actually, from what I can understand, to me personally at least, other people might not have a problem with this, but to me personally, it comes across as being a very laborious sort of task. So I wouldn't take to that very well. So then, you move away from that, and you grow up and you encounter new experiences, and you wind up thinking, what? After all of that, as a meerkat in his 40s, what would, in the current situation, be my dream job? And in one small sense, I'm actually living this out as I speak, and that would be to be an author, to be a writer. I am a published author. I have a book out there. I have another one due out this year. It should be out this year, all things being equal. And, it's not as simple as you write something, send it off to a publisher, they immediately go, yep, and publish it. Books go through an editing process. They have to. And you go through more than one step of editing. And that can be, the editing process, when the publisher comes back with edits to make to the book, that can often feel quite grindy, shall we say. And it can be, It's not meant to be disheartening when it comes back with a long list of edits, because it shows, that the editor is paying attention to detail and they're trying to sharpen up your story to be the best story it can be. But it can feel like a lot of work sometimes going through the editing process. However, the reward at the end of that process, when you're finished, when you're done, and then your book is in the queue to be released, is absolutely amazing. And I look forward to unveiling the sequel to The Awakening, as I say, at some point later on this year. I don't know precisely when yet. It could be towards the end of this year. It could be in a couple of months' time. I don't know, but I do look forward to getting that out there. And I love writing stories. I love putting pen to paper, so to speak, and creating worlds, bringing characters to life, putting them through their paces. It is, without a doubt, a highly rewarding experience. One which I have enjoyed actually for many years. I've dabbled when I was younger with doing Star Trek versus Star Wars fan fiction, which I look back upon now and cringe as to the rather poor quality of. But I enjoyed writing that stuff then. And as I've said before, I think that's one of the key bits of advice I would actually offer anyone who's looking to get into writing. You have to enjoy what you write. I think if you don't enjoy your own work, then you absolutely cannot expect anyone else to. If you're not enjoying what you're writing, it will probably shine through in what you're writing. And if it feels like if it feels like it's a chore, then it will come across as a chore on the page, and it'll be a chore for the reader. So I think first and foremost, you have to enjoy what you're writing. You have to believe in the story, in the setting and the characters to make it all work. And if all of that bears out to be true, then you can say that you're doing arguably your dream job. And not many people can sort of say that they're doing their dream job. So that's mine. Being a writer is my dream job, and it's something which, in one respect, I'm actually doing. Obviously, it's not my only job. It's far from being my main job. My primary job is retail sales, by a long, long way. There's absolutely no way with my current level of sales that I could live off my writing. As much as I would absolutely love that, I am so far away from that. It's unreal. It's not going to happen, basically, barring some kind of fundamental shift in frankly, everything. I think I am not going to be making a living off my books, but I don't do it for that. I write my stories because I enjoy them. If I could end up in a situation where I was able to live comfortably off my work, great, brilliant, fantastic. It really would be a dream come true. But as I say, that's not likely. All I can do is keep writing, keep getting books out there, and you never know. Something could click. A Netflix deal could be just around the corner. You never know. But reality has to kind of kick in. It's the dream job. It's not the actual job. It's not the day job. Nonetheless, I thoroughly enjoy it, and I can't imagine anything else as it stands being my dream job.